Hey Josh, it's Monday, and first off, to answer your question from last week, Thanksgiving was definitely not as I had expected. Um, Not as any of us had expected, due to mom not feeling well. I was originally going to be going over to Tori's, and then also Tori was going to be coming here, but that ended up not happening. So, yeah, like I said, not at all how I had expected it to go. And then it actually all started on Wednesday, so this'll probably be about half the video or so, but explaining everything that went down. So on Wednesday, obviously, we found out that mom wasn't feeling well, but her and I still ended up starting to make the dinner and stuff, and I made the pumpkin cheesecake. And it actually, it was a lot easier than I was expecting it to be, and the only thing that happened, I was trying to determine how to tell the story. The only problem with it was, everything had gone smoothly. I had everything was well mixed, all spread out, almost perfect. Honestly, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I did pretty well at spreading it out evenly there. And then as it finished, the final timer went off, and I started pulling it out of the oven, and I didn't have a good enough hold on it. Well, okay, so the pan, I'm not sure if you remember it or not, is actually like two pieces that we use for the pumpkin cheesecake. And they sort of connect together, but obviously we've had that for a while, and so it doesn't fit super well anymore, fit together very well anymore. So we we had put it on a baking pan so that the butter and such wouldn't burn onto the bottom of the stove, or not stove, oven. Um, and so I was pulling it out by the baking pan, and I didn't have my hands centered. I had them a little too far forward. And so as I pulled it out, when it got past the shelf, it pivoted and half the cake fell. So yeah, that was not fun. I was freaking out, honestly. I was super worried that I was just like, I've ruined Thanksgiving dinner now because now we don't have dessert. That's where my mind went to. But yeah, so we ended up scooping as much off of the door, because luckily the door was open, so all of it fell, well, yeah, all of it fell onto the door. And so we just scooped up what was in there, tossed it on into the pan because we were going to let it cool before throwing it away. And so after a little bit, mom actually went out and tried a little bit of it, and it still tasted fine. So we ended up still having it. Just instead of having it in a cake format, it was closer to a custard. But yeah, that did not go as planned, but hey, at least it tastes fine, and it was a learning experience. So next time that I make it, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be making it around Christmas, because that's when mom said that the next time we'll have it is, I'll be a little more prepared, and hopefully not have it fall on the grate. And there's still, I think, about 2.5 or 3 servings worth of it left. One of those servings is going to be going to Tori, hopefully tomorrow. I think her and I are still planning on hanging out tomorrow. Not sure. There's been a couple of things that happened with that I won't get into right now. But anyway, but yeah, so I'm going to be bringing some of that to Tori, and then there's still like 1.5 to 2 servings left. So yeah, that did not. So yeah, just Thanksgiving dinner did not turn out at all as expected. But honestly, the whole pumpkin cheesecake finasco? Is that the word? I think that's the word. Is that a word? Correct me if I'm wrong on that word. Anyway, with that is kind of an accurate, pretty accurate depiction on how 2020 has gone. Which I find a bit funny. But yeah, so I guess that's yeah, so Thanksgiving was alright. Kind kind of sucks that I wasn't able to spend it with Tori, but luckily I was able to be there over the weekend, and yeah, the only other real thing that's happened lately is, can't really think of anything else really update worthy. I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not, but I actually ended up buying arrowheads for LARP, so I'm gonna have to be going out and getting, gonna have to get arrow shafts for that. Sorry. But yeah, I actually, I know that hip quivers are not really a good thing, but I actually fixed up the hip quiver. I think you might know how it looked, because I had it with me when I was there last October. I actually cut a couple of slits into the quiver itself that kind of fit through my O-ring belt. So yeah, the only problem is that I bought 12 arrowheads, and I don't think I have enough room in that hip quiver, so I'm gonna be every ranged base tabletop role-playing game character and have multiple quivers. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. I'm gonna have to start getting used to firing them again. I know that I have to aim up a little bit. I was actually pretty decent after a little bit when I was over there again last year. But yeah, so that's cool. There's also a couple of other things that I actually asked for Christmas, kind of half jokingly. I'm not actually expecting to get them, but I asked for an archery glove for my right hand to help with drawing, and then I'm probably also going to be buying something for this hand, sort of. I mean, an arm guard, and then also there's like gloves that you can put on your hand. I'm holding my camera so I can't really show you. But yeah, you can like put it on your hand, and like that's where the arrow will kind of go across, so that it doesn't scratch up it doesn't you don't injure your hand with like the fletchings, because fletchings hurt when they go past you. But yeah, I don't know, not a lot to talk about with this video, I guess. So I guess that'll do it for this video. So Josh, my question for you is, have you gotten anything new for Amped Guard lately? And I'm sure you probably haven't done too much of that lately. My friends and I still get together every so often just to swing some foam, but that's mostly just exercise. So that'll do it for this video. So Josh, I will see you on Thursday. Later, bro.